Right, welcome back, U.S. Virgin Islands Chess, and we are back live, ISV International and virtual U.S. Virgin Islands Chess. Guys, if you have made it to this platform, the playlist, my YouTube channel, congratulations. This channel is designed for you and family and friends and others in the ISV chess community to improve in your chess today at online play and over-the-board play, tournament play, casual play, whatever type of competitive level you are seeking in chess. And we are here in these meetings, in these tutorials and virtual instructionals to improve your game in the year 2022 and beyond. Well, guys, I have a game in the advanced playlist. If you've selected this video, then you've selected from the advanced Lichess, Rapid, and Blitz playlist. In this game, it's played on Friday, Saturday, September the 10th, the eve of September 11th, 2022. And I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was grab my device and start playing Lichess, Blitz game. I had not even wiped the crust from my eyelids from the last night's dorm. And I said, let me just play. So I had the white pieces in this game. This was about the second or third game I played. I played 2 rapid games in the morning, and then I went right to Blitz. This was a rated game. My opponent here, over 2,000 in rapid, just barely over 2,000 in rapid and Blitz light chess ratings. I had white pieces in this game, in this randomized lead chess rated game in the arena. Went for e4, c5, old Sicilian defense, knight f3, knight to c6. Guys, so if you're new to my videos, we have many games of the e4, c5 Sicilian defense brought to you by myself, Colin Heim, with U.S. Virgin Islands Chess, U.S. Virgin Islands Chess Federation, and ISV International. Guys and girls, these videos are used for you to improve your chess online and over the board, and to have a little fun too, and make some jokes while we talk about the complications and the hilarity of chess. As chess is a very curious game, and chess is, yes, something that we need to improve our psychological state, our decision making, help us make more money for ourselves, stuff like that. Okay, knight c6 and bishop c4. Well, this is known as the Bowdler attack, and after bishop to c4, black can play a number of moves here, guys. You can go for knight f6, you can go for e6, which is the main line. D6 is a little less casual. Sometimes we see B6, we see the dragon. You shouldn't really play a dragon against a Bowdler, and maybe we'll make another video like that in the future explaining exactly why, okay? So E6 now, the main line, book move. Short castles instantly, A6, A3. And guys, let's take that back for a moment. A6 equals the Najdorf Sicilian, so immediately after A6 is played, kind of hinting at maybe something like B5 coming next just to attack that light squared bishop. So as a prophylaxis move, just kind of mirroring black here and expecting if something like B5 attacking the bishop, well, I can always drop back now to A2. That's exactly what was played in this game, so A2 is best. Which is interesting, the engine actually likes this move. And now if you do decide to take, right, there's takes, and now the knight is under attack. Maybe the knight needs to go back to e2, but after maybe rook to e1, and let's say we play a move like, d6? I'm not quite sure what the follow-up would be here. Maybe something like knight c3? I don't know exactly. Oh, not knight c3. You'd go for this line, and then now you have probably a pretty decent attack. For example, we can't take because there's still a pin. If you try to attack the knight now, well, so drop back. It's sort of an interesting engine line. I don't know the depths of that line. I wish I did. So in the interest of the game and what kind of transpired and what happened in this game, okay, we had castles, right? A6, A3, B5, like we said, bishop A2 dropping back. and bishop to b7. Well, guys, if you selected this video in the playlist, this is not going to be a boring game. This is definitely going to be a game with some major complications and just like really hilarious, crushing middle game. It's only 29 moves total. So, 58 moves played total from counting both sides. Guys, let's continue. Bishop d7, bishop e1, and queen to c7. Okay. Knight to c3, continuing development. And guys, in this position, knight to f6 played by black is a mistake. You need to push this pawn with white. If you ever get this position in a normal Bowdler, right, after b5, bishop a2, bishop e7, queen c7, knight c3, stuff like that. Guys, you push e5 immediately after knight to f6. Guys, let's just explain for our advanced players at ISV why knight to f6 is a mistake. Well, it's better just to play bishop to d6. And black is doing okay. Yes, now we play d3 and life goes on. Now you can play knight to f6. I'll play bishop to g5, maybe long castles, and then who knows? Life can go on and we can play chess. That's how the line is supposed to go, okay, in this old Sicilian Bowdler attack. But instead, guys, now knight to g4, and maybe black is thinking in this position, hold on, I can win this e5 pawn, as now there are two attackers, and there's no real way to defend the e4 pawn twice in the end after this variation with the threat of knight to g4. So do we understand knight to g4, black saying, okay, I am going to win a pawn. For example, on this line, if we just go for h3, which is a bad move, takes, and we can't recapture now with the rook, guys, because queen c7 was played and now black is thrilling. So we can't allow all that. Let's take it back. Not playing h3, just d4 now. Guys, the star move in this line is d4 immediately, and the computer doesn't understand this line because it is a human move. Human moves and engine moves do not mix. Human moves are unpredictable and don't make sense to computers because computers are designed to have chess that is involved in perfect defense and attacks designed and developed based off of weaknesses made by the human opponent, okay? But when it comes to creativity, like Kasparov talked about, Garry Kasparov, the Russian grandmaster of chess, the elite grandmaster of the 2000s, and next to Magnus Carlsen, the greatest chess player of the modern era, says that computers are dumb. Chess is not for computers, but we use them anyway to try to improve our structures in modern chess. Let's continue. d4. C takes on d4, played by my opponent. Now knight takes on d4. Now, like we talked about, knight e5. Knight captures on e5, and black is smiling here, saying, well, I got your center pawn, and now I have the center, and okay, you have a rook on e1. Sure, I haven't castled yet. I haven't developed my final minor piece. However, I'm up a pawn, a clean pawn, and well, what do you have here? Guys, you have white pieces. Let me cover the notes here so you guys can't cheat. Find the best move for white in the position. Find the must-play move for white in order to make this tactical line ensure a crushing, embarrassing, to say the least, win for white. Find the only move in the position for white. And if you guys pick up that bishop and find bishop to f4, yes, that is correct. Bishop to f4 is the winning move. Let's show why it's unavoidable. Well, you play the most sensible move, which is just defending the knight now, which appears like it's best. You just add a little more coverage to your piece. But now after queen to d2, kind of throwing a semi-bluff now, saying, well, I just want to double up here on the d file. And that's exactly what was played in the game. Engine took a minute to think and said, wow, this is best. So it's sort of a semi-bluff, doubling up on the d file, maybe just kind of scaring black a little bit, saying, well, you kind of made a mistake by pushing that d pawn, and now, as we see in Sicilians, oftentimes we have backwards d pawns. What's also hilarious is that my opponent was also considering bishop to g7, but of course best is just bishop to e7, and I think black's in a pretty comfortable game here. Instead, rook to d8, and now this is where the tactics come, guys. So I advise you in this position now to find the best move for white, and find not only the best move, but the most crushing move, and the move that maybe Fischer would be proud of if he ran into something like this in a chess game. So feel free to pause the video, take your time, boys and girls, gents and fembots. Find the best move for white in this posizione. Well, what did we find? What did we find? Did we find the move bishop to g5? Okay, not really tricky, guys, just going after this rook, right? Well, obviously it was best to just put up the bishop here, and now forcing on the next move. Let's just say I play a random move like, well, sure, knight takes, bishop takes. This isn't good for white, I'm just playing it anyway. Takes, and queen takes is best. And now if we go for knight to e4, right, takes. I think being down a pawn, there's still a lot of counterplay here for white. Again, I have queen a4. Life can continue. Going over here. They go to e2, not all the way back home, back to Godhead, but just, you know, e2 and double up there, maybe on the e file. Little virtual analysis about a ulterior line there. Okay, so that was not played in the game. Let's go over what was played in the game now. Okay, so now, guys, bishop to f6 after bishop to g5, forcing that rook to move. Forcing the rook to move, could have put up the bishop. Yeah, okay, now this is really serious because you do actually have to move the rook. And now black cannot castle. We have just bullied black severely in this opening. And now it is time to play the crushing move for white in this position. I advise you guys to find the star move for white in the position. And if you guys can find the star move for white, I suggest you play it now. I just checked with the engine eval. The engine didn't like it. The engine really likes knight captures on e4. But instead, guys, I played this move that is actually more crushing. Maybe the engine doesn't understand. Maybe it doesn't have enough depth to grasp this. Bishop to e6, 17, fe6. Now knight to e6, and that's attacking the queen. Queen must drop back to b8 square, at least. Maybe another square, a homie square. f4 is the follow-up. f4 is the continuation in this position, guys, okay? f4 is the follow-up and the conditional move. Knight to c4 played by my opponent, and I believe this may or may not lose on the spot. Now, guys, find the tactic for white in this position. Find the tactic. Black has sloppily developed, went for the e5 bait, got bullied with the f6 bishop and the rooks, and everything is out of disorder now. Guys, discover check. Oh, the engine really likes one of these checks instead. Very interesting. Okay, so I went for a red square, and I went for knight to c5 check. So the engine liked knight to d8, knight to g7 check. That is what the engine preferred, which is very interesting. I'd have to look over that line again, maybe in the future, and see what he was talking about. King to f7, now attacking the bishop. Well, the king is in major trouble here, guys. Find the move for white here in this position. Well, if you pick up the queen and you just throw a check here on d5, you gain counsel, and that is correct. Well, now, if king captures on f6, the whole house collapses. Now we have this beautiful double attack. We're winning a rook. We're going up the exchange for the king takes on f6, the bishop that dropped, and now king to g7, and now we're just picking up the queen, knight takes, knight b8, and this is all finished, guys. White is +6 in this position, and I think we can, maybe go home Back to go ahead, chill out a little bit. Queen d4, king h6 check. Let's finish the game now. Rook to d3, g5, queen f6 check. King is moving forward, but there's rook h3, and there's no way to defend after knight to e4, bishop e4, rook e4, and that's going to be all she wrote in this position, guys. There's no way to stop the threat of rook g3 check over here and queen h6 check. Okay, so there's no way to get out of this. Oh, sorry, bishop takes. Whoops, we can't play that. Sorry. All right, so we're going over here. There's a discovered check here, right? If you block with the knight, well, it's just going to be check. King over here, check, check, takes, and that's going to be checkmate. The other way to play that, of course, was just to move the king here. If you do that, well, then there's a check. Mate, rook h3. Now there's nowhere to go. So any way you play that, there is no defense. That was why in this position after rook e4, done deal, resigns, and made me feel pretty good this morning, although there were a few tactical inaccuracies made by black, which gave me the opportunity to throw some major tactics and come up with some interesting lines. I'd be interested to see why the engine preferred bishop takes on what was it, e6? Oh yeah, playing another check move instead of dropping back and throwing the discovered check. Well, this is still a discovered check, and king has one square to go. It's a very similar line, except I don't like the fact that I can't throw a check here now. If takes, well, I'm just going here with the queen, right? Oh, well, this is still crushing. Okay, this is what the engine wants, but that's not what I want, guys. So we went through that game, 29 moves, old Sicilian, Bowdler attack. Should have got something out of those tactics today. Let's go over some of the key moments again in this game, and we'll wrap it up and have a happy weekend. Enjoy your time, do some fun things, I guess. Also work hard and achieve and keep your brain working. Yes. Stay tactful, be mindful of others. Because we live on a very beautiful island with many wonderful opportunities, but we need to keep in shape mentally, physically, and behaviorally. Okay. E4, knight g4, d4, takes. Yes, I feel like I'm winning a pawn here with black. Let's look at this now from black's perspective and then wrap up this video, guys. Long 20-minute segment today. Very important to go over, though, because we need to learn what to do and what not to do in order to gain advantages and find disadvantages for our opponents in our zero-sum modern chess games. Let's go. Bishop f4, d6. Looking for prophylaxis, g6, ready to fianchetto. But swinging the a1 rook to d1, and now after rook to d8, now big harassment. Well, you didn't have to move the rooks. You could have put the bishop up. For example, like we talked about here. Put the bishop up. Takes. Well, maybe I'm not taking. Maybe I'm just taking here first. And kind of have to capture here. White's winning back the pawn. And I have double rooks, better rooks. If white is definitely not advised to castle there. And white's doing very well here. Black is in trouble. Thank you guys for watching and participating. Colin Heim, your host, your operator, VI Operato. ISV International, US Virgin Islands Chess, Hare Krishna, and take care, guys. Much more to come in the future and on the other side. Take care of yourselves. Love each other, and see you on the other side of the chessboard when the time comes. And bye, guys. Bowdler Sicilian, learn the Sicilian, and improve your chess today. Bye, guys.